Now, the self-confessed murderer of a 13-year-old boy in Klawer on the west coast will appear in court today. The 56-year-old man was arrested after police had found human remains in a drain pipe at his home. But now there's a search for the remains of other missing children in the area. Our reporter Ronald Masinda is at the Klawer Magistrate's Court with more on this. And Ronald, good morning to your colleague. Quite a tragic story, I have to say, involving this 13-year-old boy. Just give us some context into exactly the details of this case.
Tumela, very good morning to you. So last week Wednesday, we have been told when we arrived in Klawer that Jerobian van Wyk was knocked by a car that was driven by the 56-year-old man. The 56-year-old man then proceeded to take his body to his house, to his own house, and then following which Jerobian, many people were looking for him, including his own mother, and that many people who were eyewitnesses to that accident actually said that, you know, this man took the child away. And it was only later discovered on Friday by police that Jerobian's body was chopped into pieces and dumped into a sewage pipe. But for more on what has transpired over the past few days, I am joined by the former mayor of Klawer, Mrs. Matilda Baines. Very shocking story, it has to be said. In terms of the community itself, what do you believe the motive behind this murder could have been?
Well, according to me, I don't know what the motive actually is, because what we discovered is there's no mango fruit on his yard, on his property, meaning that those boys didn't pick those mangoes from his tree. So my inner feeling is that it's a sign of maybe he's used doing these kind of deeds. That might be.
We are also hearing allegations that this could have been part of a satanic cult killing, and that this man does have a history. Even his own lawyer confirmed with us yesterday that he did make that confession, and that some people who witnessed the body said that there were parts where it seemed like this man chewed on this boy's body. Can you confirm this? Is this really unusual here in this area?
Yes, it's really unusual, because let me tell you, this has nothing to do with race, because the so-called white people in that vicinity, they were also shocked. So we are not used to it. We are really not used to it. It was a huge shock for us, realizing that we have this kind of brutal killer in our community.
You are a former mayor, and we do know that there have been several other missing children or teens here in this area. Are you hoping that this will lead to perhaps more investigations into these cases?
I sincerely hope so, because I was closely involved in the vanishing of the 9-year-old girl, Genevia. And when we received this message, Klawer was bleeding right from the start again. So my inner feeling tells me that this might not be the first brutal killing of, the perpetrator.
Thank you very much indeed, Matilda, for your time. We're also hearing, Tumelo, some reports that this male may also have been doing this for a while. Also heard yesterday from one of the residents and community leaders here that he was part of a satanic cult where they even killed cats at some stage, black cats, drinking the cat's blood. So those are some of the revelations that we've been hearing from people from this community. The lawyer who will be representing him has also told us that he will confess today, and he will also not be applying for bail when he appears here in court just after 9 o'clock.
Thank you for this update. We'll be keeping an eye on the story with you on the ground, assisting us to make sense of it all. Ronald Masinda out in Klawer. Of course, we know that tragic story surrounding a 13-year-old boy who unfortunately was murdered. Seems the perpetrator has confessed. According to his lawyer, he's expected to appear in court this morning.